Welcome, visitor. We're rising from the dead. We're coming out of our coffins. You can see our scrawny little hands just breaking the surface of the earth. It's rainy, it's nighttime, but we are alive. Welcome to the Corporate Global Fantasy Premier League podcast. It's me, one of your undead co-hosts, Taylor. Oh no, it looks like our other co-host hasn't reanimated.
I was waiting
He's
for you. I was waiting for the Evan, how are you doing?
oh.
Because I because because I had a response. I had a canned response, and then it
Oh
I had
no.
it's okay. It's
Here, here,
okay.
here.
I
Let's walk it back. Evan, how are you doing?
I'm hungry for brains.
Extremely original. Oh man. Well, listener, it's really glad to be back with you. It's been
That
a
was
long
worth it.
it's been a long time. Evan, are you going to go see the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein, do you think?
Probably not. I've got my hands full with a bunch of other movies that I'm trying to watch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you're like a scary movie guy.
I every October I do a scary movie marathon, or not really scary only, but like Halloween, fall types of. I watch as many movies or TV shows as I can in October, so I kind of have the rest of my month booked out.
That makes sense.
So,
Me
but I'm gonna
being
add it to my list for next year.
Yeah, me being a not scary movie guy, I think I might go see it because that's like my speed is sort of like lightly sort of kookily scary. Um,
Yeah, it seems like it'll be good.
yeah, I'm optimistic. I
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you watch what's the Nosferatu film?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. I felt like that was a little bit disappointing, so I don't know if like
Mm.
remakes of classic horror films slash materials is going super well for the film industry right now.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Although I generally like Guillermo del
Me
Toro.
too. Me too.
So I think I put more weight into that side of it than like the remake side of things,
Yeah, that makes sense.
personally. But
Yeah. Listener, it's good to be back with you. We are glad to be back with you, I should say. Um, and we're going to talk about the Zombie League today. Uh, the oft neglected Zombie League. We're going to look at the choices that we made at the beginning of the season, compare them to how we're feeling now. I don't even know how many game weeks in, probably like 8 or something like that. Uh, 7, 8 game weeks in. Um,
yeah.
Yeah, and we also have some surprises for you. Strangely enough, this has turned into sort of like a hair oriented, not HARE, but HAIR oriented podcast, or it will later on. Not sure exactly how that happened, but I'm not mad about it. So we'll talk about some
I'll
Premier
take the
League
blame.
hair later on. Evan, but first you have a problem you want to share with the listeners.
Big problem. Um, I'm going to a Halloween party on Saturday. I don't know when you're listening to this. So, this is going to be Saturday, the 26th, I think.
I think that's right.
25th? Something,
25th.
25th. And I don't have my costume in order. Um, the theme is, I think the theme for the party is decay. It's decay, and then maybe like in parentheses or something is of the empire. So I am trying to figure out, I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do, but then Taylor gave me a good idea um, on accident. Right now I'm wearing a mock turtleneck with my glasses, and I just got a haircut, so now my hair is not quite as long as it used to be, but it's still like medium length. It's kind of like pushed back a little bit, and I've got some length behind me. And we were just talking about my aesthetic, and I was talking about how I feel like Steve Jobs in this outfit. And now I'm thinking maybe I go as like the undead Steve Jobs from the grave, which is like some sort of like decay of capitalism in a way, but also trying to rear its head one more time before it gets squashed, or collapses in on itself. So I'm thinking doing something like that. I think that could be a lot of fun. I could even so I could just wear my normal like Steve Jobs outfit. I can wear khakis with this,
No, no, no.
and
You
then
need you need you need light washed blue jeans.
oh, I have those. Sorry, I do. I have those. I'll use those instead. You're right. I've got my light wash jeans. I've got my turtleneck. I'll wear my glasses, and then I can like make it a little bit like I've risen from the grave, and I can like have like if I could find an old, I go to the thrift store, find an old like Mac, like an iMac, carry around. Wouldn't that be incredible? And I could like take it and like smash it to pieces and walk around with it. Um, Actually, that would be kind of cool. That would actually be kind of a cool like art piece. Maybe I can just instead of like walking around and enjoying the party, I just like walk because it's going to be at a farm. I'll just walk into the middle of a field and have I'll be Steve Jobs risen from the dead with a smashed up iMac just standing. And it'll be like I can get up on a like a little pedestal and I'll just pretend like I'm part of the furniture. So thank you for helping me figure out my problem. I think that's a good direction. What are you thinking? Is there anything I can do to add to that?
Oh man, Evan, I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a huge fan of the genre of costume that is just undead, X unrelated or unHalloween thing.
Cool.
I just think it's such a fun thing. My favorite Halloween costume ever was one year I was undead Bill Belichick. Um, and that was to this day remains my favorite costume I've ever had. Um,
That was good. That's
um,
pretty good.
I should bring back undead Bill Belichick this year. It's uh pertinent again. Um, but I think it's great. I love it. Um, I don't know if you could find some kind of a Mac, like older Mac object to carry around with you, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
It might be hard to do, but
It is the iMac that is like the old like colored ones, like the colored transparent ones, right?
yeah, I think so. Those have got to be expensive though. They're kind of vintage now.
Yeah, I'm sure that I mean if you could even find them, yeah.
But you could maybe try like
Um
go to like a pawn shop or something like that and just see if they have any Apple tech in there.
It's incredible. I'm like now instead of being bogged down, I'm like super excited about this. Um
Yeah, and then
that's
put
so
on some
good.
like ghoulish makeup or something like that. Just like
I
a
think
light
I think I already have zombie makeup.
perfect.
So and I don't necessarily want to like rip up my clothing, so I probably won't do that, but I could
Yeah.
always like rub some dirt on my pants or something.
Yeah. No,
That would be easy to wash out.
I don't think you need to because I think having your clothes look like that is important to being
That's true. That's
recognizable as Steve
true.
Jobs. People have
Yeah.
got to recognize that.
He rose from the dead and went to his house, put on a fresh outfit.
Yes.
That's
He
the
got
first thing he did.
his I think he used to wear the turtleneck that he used to wear was an old like Yunya Watanabe turtleneck. So,
Oh.
just grab your Watanabe turtleneck and you're good to go.
And it's black. The one that I have is like a dark navy, like a navy blue.
On
But
screen it
you
looks
can't really
black.
right, yeah, on screen it looks black, but it doesn't matter. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'll just wear it. No one's gonna nitpick. Okay. Oh, that's great. That's so
Great.
good.
Wow, glad we could solve your problem. That's yeah, that's exciting. You'll have to post some pictures or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I will. I will for sure. Okay, that's exciting. That's good. That's good. Very good. Okay, so we've started out with my problem. Um, Taylor, I recently came across, I was listening to a podcast and heard this very fun fact.
Okay.
Um, so they were talking about this movie called The City of the Dead. In the United States, it's called Horror Hotel. I'm not really sure why, because I don't know if it has to do much with a hotel, but it's an old black and white classic. It was made in like 1960. It was released in the US in 61. So like it's from the 60s. The budget was like really low budget. It was made in the UK and it is coined as a supernatural horror film, a British supernatural horror film. Um, and the fun fact about it is because initially I was like, oh, this is just another black and white classic someone is recommending. But now I want to watch it because they mentioned some interesting things. One of them being that, and I don't have, it says on Wikipedia that the citation is still needed for this. So take it with a grain of salt. But I'm going to believe it's true that the funding was obtained from two sources. One of them is a television producer named Hannah Weinstein, who helped finance the movie. The other source of funding for the movie came from Nottingham Forest Football Club.
What?
Yes, I don't know any details beyond that. I couldn't find it. There's probably some more information out there somewhere, but that's what it says
Whoa.
on Wikipedia, and I
That
choose
is
to believe it.
wild. Oh my goodness.
So now I'm wondering if it got me thinking if there were any if there were any movies that were funded by helped along by a football club in the Premier League, what movie and what club would be associated with it.
Oh,
Um,
wow. That's a great question. That is an astonishing fact. I can imagine, next week there's an athletic deep dive that's like the, the cult classic horror film funded by Nottingham Forest or something like that. I would absolutely love to read the story of how that came to be.
oh, oh, me too.
Um, okay, so let's see. What kind of film and which club? I don't know, something about like, and please take no offense from this, our Tottenham supporting listeners, but I think if it were Tottenham funding a film, it would end up something like a Marvel film. It would be sort of like a very Americanized, very shiny, um, but perhaps not as substantial as you would want it to be aesthetically or intellectually, um, film. That's one idea that I have. They have that space age uh new stadium that's like nice and shiny and new, but maybe doesn't have all the sort of history and depth there that some of the other clubs have. So they'd probably do something like a superhero film, I would think.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's probably right. That's probably right. I was thinking in the vein of like horror or like gothic or dark. Um, I mean, I could kind of see maybe Chelsea, not with like Todd Bowley. Honestly, Todd Bowley might be wacky enough to do something like this to like put money into a film. But I could see them doing some sort of like period piece, like a
Mm,
Sweeney Todd kind of thing. Um, they have the money for it. They could put something on like that.
yeah. I think
Um,
Brighton is definitely like a sort of B movie, like, you know,
oh.
low budget, extremely well regarded, only shows up in art house theaters. Um, uh,
Yeah. Yes.
it's yeah, maybe got obviously fake blood and things like this, but somehow it's one that people still gravitate to.
Hmm. Yeah. Who would be, this is the last question I have. Um, who would be like the everything everywhere all at once funded
Oh, that's a great
funders?
question.
But like one obviously that has like a mix of kind of the two things of between Brighton and Tottenham essentially of
Yeah.
like kind of someone that appeals to the masses but also has like a lot of um yeah, like a lot of artistic direction and um emotion behind the movie.
Oh
Um
man, that's tough.
that's really tough.
Maybe I want to say someone like Brighton or not Brighton, I'm sorry, Brentford or um I mean you maybe could put Liverpool in that category. I don't think that's a terrible
Yeah,
shout. Like they sure they're like spending ungodly amounts of money on players, um, but they also have a sort of like philosophy of play, you know? Um,
true.
so I don't know. I don't think I was gonna say Palace, but I don't think it's Palace. I don't think Palace is like sophisticated
I
enough.
don't
I think it's like I think Palace would make like a sort of like a really well respected documentary.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe it's someone that's not in the Premier League, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you have an idea?
The closest I could come up with it was maybe Bournemouth.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
They
That's not
just
bad.
aren't quite, they just aren't quite to the level of like, if it was like, if it was Bournemouth, but maybe the broader uh recognizability, I don't think that's a word, but of like maybe Newcastle,
Yeah,
then that would probably be it.
I could see that. I think Bournemouth is not a bad shout because especially right now, Bournemouth is a team everyone wants to watch. Like I am looking for
That's
Bournemouth
true.
this like when the weekend rolls around in terms of who I want
Yeah,
to watch.
that's true. Yeah, everybody's talking about Bournemouth from your average football watcher to like the statisticians to the tacticians. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like
Yeah,
maybe it is Bournemouth. That's pretty good.
yeah. Wow, great segment,
But
Evan.
yeah,
An
thank
astonishing
you.
fact. Please do some digging on that Nottingham Forest fact and see if you can figure out.
I tried, yeah, if I could find out more information, I will definitely share it because it is, I need to know more about that.
Man,
I really do.
Sean Dyche's Nottingham Forest, no less.
Okay, I don't know what's happening with them, but it makes sense that they would try funding a movie too. Um, they're throwing everything at the wall, aren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah,
What's gonna save us? It's either Sean Dyche or a film or a horror
yeah,
film.
yeah. Maybe they need to get back into that game. It's been like 60 years since they've done that, so maybe they
Yeah.
need to try again. And I want to watch the movie now.
Yeah, you
If it's
should.
any good. I wonder if there's any product placement.
Like one of the characters is wearing a Nottingham Forest kit or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be sick.
All right. So listeners, we're gonna jump into the Zombie League just to give you an update on how things are going and talk about a couple of things we're noticing. So there's 7 teams in the Zombie League. Uh, I'm gonna run down the list here. As you all will know, the names are half of the fun of the Zombie League, and so we'll get to shine a spotlight on those, and then maybe we'll work down from the top of the table, um, and just point out one or two things about each team, um, and how they sort of reveal the discrepancies between how we thought about players at the beginning of the season and how we are thinking about them now, basically a quarter of the way through. Okay, so in first place, at the top of the league, which was a real salve for my wounds to see this because I'm in such a bad state in the regular league. Here, in the zombie league, you have your very own Taylor Hare, Mummy Daddy Mummy, with 427 points, in first place. And then in second place, we've got Ty Jarrell's Alice in Wonderland. Great name. Note that Allison is spelled with two S's. Um, in third place, we've got William Spicer's The Bruise Matthews. In fourth place, we've got Evan Estes, your other co-host, Zombies 99. In fifth place, we've got Jeff Lancaster's Norton Anti-VARS. Great name. In sixth place, we've got Eli Estes's P. Crouch Waluigi H. Ween Halloween. It's sort of like a tone poem, all around a theme, um, or some kind of an idea, or maybe like a prompt you would put into an AI image generator or something like that. And then in last place, we've got Tim Griffith's Death Strand Larson, another great name. Yeah, those are our seven contestants in the Zombie League this year. Evan, who wins the award for best name this year, do you think?
Probably Tim, Death Strand Larson,
Yeah.
because that is a playoff of the video game, right?
Death Stranding?
Death Stranding. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Okay, I wanted to double check that. So yeah, I would give it to him. I
yeah, I
think
would
that's
too.
pretty good. Yeah. Although the Eli's name has me just trying to figure it out, and is eliciting a lot of visuals for me.
Yeah,
And then I will say the Norton anti-VARS is probably the best pun,
yeah,
but overall I got to give it to Tim personally.
yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's start with at the top of the league. So, um, looking at my team here, uh,
Yeah.
are there things that stand out to you, Evan, as you're looking at this league? I don't know that we need to necessarily like read off all of the participants, but just what's jumping out to you?
No, I think it's just the Captain Holland is going to have you win the whole
Yeah,
league, honestly.
yeah,
That he really is carrying you. The rest of the team is like, I mean, none of these teams are going to be fantastic necessarily, but um, yeah, you really put all your all your eggs in one basket, just begging for Holland to get you a lot of points, and he is. So yeah, congrats on that.
thank
Um,
you.
I don't know. I think you did good there. It seems like your one decision is really gonna like have you win the game. Well, I guess it wasn't just one decision. It was the fact that no one else really chose Holland. And
Yeah,
we'll get
and
to that, but
I will say there are a couple of other decisions that aren't terrible. I think Caicedo was a pretty good pick, um, in the midfield because he's obviously not he hasn't done well the past couple weeks, but earlier in the season he was scoring quite frequently. Um, and then Morgan Rogers, I think, is turning a little bit of a corner. Um,
mm,
but yeah, I mean everyone else, Mo Salah, Harry Wilson, Tarkowski, Wan-Bissaka, Madsen, Saliba's not bad. And then
yeah.
Liam Delap, I don't know what I was thinking by picking Liam Delap, but he's obviously been
Um,
this whole season.
well, I think in the beginning we thought he was going to be the starting striker at Chelsea,
Yeah. It was
right?
just
I
so
mean
much
that
so
we
much of a punt.
yeah, no, it was. We thought that there was a possibility that he'd be at least get a bunch of minutes. And yeah, it was punty, but um yeah, I don't really know. I mean, just you couldn't have foreseen the hamstring injury though.
So yeah, not much to say there other than captaining Holland is carrying me, as Evan has said.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move down to Ty's
Why
team.
did, well, before we move on, why did you
Yeah.
vice captain Sanchez for funds? For
Oh, I don't
kicks? For
I
little
don't think
giggles?
I really don't think that I did that intentionally. I
That's
think my
funny.
vice captain might have been um I'm shocked I didn't vice captain Salah. That must have been an accident. I
Hmm.
have to believe that was an accident. Maybe I was really taking the piss, but I don't think I was. I'm not in any position to be overconfident about my fantasy skills at the moment. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Okay, moving on to
Hmm.
Ty Durrell's Alice in Wonderland. So I'm looking here, and the thing that immediately jumps out to me on the positive side, uh, is three Crystal Palace players, including Daniel Munoz and Ishmael Assar, both of whom are tearing it up right now. Um,
Yeah.
that's been an extremely good pick for him.
Yeah. I would say Ty picked a lot. Ty did a good job of identifying a lot of picks that would be good in this season.
Yeah,
So, like thinking about like where kind of the meta is, or I mean, he's got LaCroix in the back, Tarkovsky in the back, Munoz and Senesi.
yeah,
I mean, everyone but Munoz, I feel like LaCroix, Tarkovsky, and Senesi are all have been in the running for defense for a lot of teams for the last several weeks. So he
yeah,
did good on identifying that. It seems like they will be mainstays for the most part. Munoz, I think, is more of a recent emerger, but he did well on picking that. Sar, as you mentioned, and then Fernandez or Fernange, as we're supposed to pronounce it. Um, and then Paqueta, although Paqueta started off as kind of a darling and then maybe has fallen off a little bit. So it seemed like that was also one that worked out for Ty, but maybe that one's not going to be as good as once hoped. But yeah, I feel like a lot of these he did a good job on. One thing to note, Ty messaged me and was like, "Hey, can I use a chip the first game week?" Um,
oh,
and I said, for the Zombie League, no, but he was asking because he wants to see how like what his overall rank will be. And I said, yeah, you can use a chip. We'll just take those points off at the end.
okay.
Um, and so I allowed him to do that. And what he ended up doing for game week one, he's not going to use any more chips. It was only for the game week one. And so he did a triple captain on Salah. And so you are winning even with a triple cap Salah in game week
Wow.
one. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So congrats on that, Taylor. Um, but yeah, we would remove those triple cap points. It would be what, like 8 points. So it's not like a huge thing that we would have to deduct, but just wanted to throw that out there as a reminder as well for me to check on that at the end of the season. Yeah, anything you wanted to point out? I guess you already pointed out the Palace.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that I mean this team's fortunes could really shift if Alexander Isak starts getting it together. Um,
Yeah,
like he's probably I don't know how many people have Isak in this zombie league. Probably not. I mean, maybe several, but he was so expensive at the beginning of the season. You have to believe that he's not super well owned. Um, so if Isak starts
no.
firing, then or if Salah starts firing, but that will be true for a lot of people. I'm a little bit worried that this big lead I've accumulated can really disappear if really one or two things go Salah or Isak's way and they start popping off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if in general, if Liverpool start getting it together, then I think you have reason to be worried a little bit. But I would say that that depends on Isak starting and playing minutes,
Yeah.
which we don't know for sure, like how that's going to play out. And then Salah is going to be going to AFCON in several weeks, and so
Sure.
we'll miss a few games. So even if Liverpool get it together, it may not be, it may not be the end of the world if those two players aren't playing at all, then it won't matter. You'll still be in good shape. So.
Sure. All right, well, best of luck, Ty. Moving down, let's go to the Bruce Matthews, William Spicer, the only other owner of Holland and the only other captainer of Holland. So, like me, Holland is dragging him to the promised land. Um, what's I've never even heard of Rofs, the Sunderland keeper, I gotta say. I don't know how Spicer decided to pick him up. Um,
Oh, I don't either. Probably cheap.
yeah. What's standing out to you about Spicer's team?
He got Chris Wood.
Kind of unfortunate. Not enough is being made of the Chris Wood's difficulties this year, I think.
I think you're right. No one's talking about that.
He's only
Um,
scored one goal this season. Or no, two goals, and they were both in game week one.
whoa, whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, it really was like pretty much a one season blip, and now he's kind of like maybe back to normal or
Yeah.
back to his average. Um, Interesting.
That's got to be like from a just from a football administration and like, being sort of a general manager of a football team or someone who's like in charge of putting a team together, like an actual team. That's got to be so hard to distinguish between those players who are like have just a spectacular season and but are going to revert to type eventually, and those that are having a spectacular season and will have other spectacular seasons. That just seems like such a nightmare to try to figure out which one you're dealing with, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But I guess with a player like Chris Wood, though, it's he has history of performing us at a certain level and then
Yeah.
one season of performing at a different level. So you tell me which is maybe the true form. Um, I don't know. I don't know what they're up to, Forrester, in in kind of a bad place.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can kind of see the general idea of Spicer's team and like they seem like decent picks, but they just haven't like come off. I think it's just a lot of like mid-table teams that just haven't really lived. I'm thinking of like obviously Forest and Brighton with Minta. He picked Minta as well. Also has been kind of like don't really know what Brighton are doing.
Yeah.
They're kind of they're kind of in a weird spot. So
I'm also noticing going through these teams, that there was a lot of hype around Villa at the beginning of the season, rightfully so, because of how well they performed last season. And
yeah,
they're starting to get it together a little bit more. They won this past weekend, but um that's like a lot of those low scores I think are also coming from Villa assets that have been woefully underperforming so far this season.
no, you're right. It looks like everybody has like picked at least one or two Villa players on their zombie team, and yeah, they just started off so poorly that it has really dented. Basically, we're all playing with 10 men um, because they started off so terribly. Because it took them several games to even score.
Yeah.
They hadn't, so I don't know. Maybe they'll get it together and we'll see something different emerge. But yeah,
All right, moving on. Let's go to your team, Zombies 99. Um, so I have two names for you that are carrying your team currently, and that is Gabrielle and Mateta. Um,
yeah,
really, really struck gold with bringing in both of those players. Um, yeah. Did you watch any of or watch the highlights of the Bournemouth? Um, I think it was Bournemouth, right? It was Bournemouth Palace
yeah.
last
Bournemouth
week.
Palace like three
Man,
three. I saw
incredible game.
Mateta's hat trick. I watched the clips of that. I don't think I saw highlights of the whole game, but wow, it seemed like a lot of fun. And he had one at the very end
It was
that he
wild.
just, oh wow. Could you
Literally
imagine?
open in front of the goal. I mean, it was bouncing, so it wasn't the easiest one, but you would expect him to put it away, and he's just right in front of goal, going for his fourth goal
Yeah.
and just skies it over the bar. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was yeah, that both of those turned out to be good picks on my part, but the one that I've been really disappointed in is Bowen
Yeah.
because going into this, I he was like high on my list of like zombie players because he has a history of just being very consistent with the amount of points he gets. And that's what I was trying to maximize was um where is it? Yeah. So like the last few seasons he's had since 2020, 2021, he's had so one, two, three, four. So last 5 seasons, 141, 206, 145, 183. I mean 182 and 193.
Hmm.
So he's somewhere between roughly like 150 and 200 points a season. So I was like, okay, that's good because that means I can count on him to get that. But right now he has how many points? 37 out of 8. And
Yeah.
so what is the average of that? 37 divided by 8 is 4.625 points per game.
Hmm.
He's still on track. So that he's on track for like 175.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, but for some reason it feels bad.
Yeah, totally. I think the thing that you just have to cling to is not looking at his goals scored or points, his points earned so far, but looking at his minutes played, because that man plays every single minute of every game for West Ham.
That's
He is
true.
there. He is everything they have attacking wise right now. And so you kind of just have to cling to that hope that just by virtue of being involved basically in every chance that West Ham will have, um, that things will drop his way in the aggregate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. Hmm. We'll
Also,
see.
unfortunate about Cole Palmer. That's been a real dud for several people in the league.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I didn't even clock that because he's on my bench because he's injured. What's going on with him? Groin injuries expected back in a month, but I don't know. I think this is going to be a rough season for him, even if he does come back.
Yeah, I feel like he's of the age where he's probably more so than even people more senior than him. He's probably feeling the effects of like the cumulative effects of having played a lot of soccer over the course of his life, you know? Um,
Yeah,
he's probably been
yeah,
playing, he's of the age where he's probably been playing a lot from a very young age, including for England and in cups and in Champions League and stuff. So it's
yeah. Didn't
unsurprising
really
to
have
me
a
that,
didn't have a summer off this past summer because of the Club World Cup, and yeah, yeah, it makes sense.
all right, moving on to our next team, which is Norton Anti-VARs. I mean, Jeff has Mateta. He also has Palmer, unfortunately. Um, but the pick that I want to highlight, the two picks actually, Jeff did extremely well picking his goalkeepers. He's got Kelleher and Dubravka, neither of whom I
Hmm.
think were like completely 100% nailed at when the season started. Because I think Kelleher hadn't moved to Brentford, I don't think yet. Or maybe he had, but it was still he hadn't started for them, so it wasn't totally clear. Um, it's Brentford that he plays for, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Hmm.
Dubravka, I don't think it was clear that Dubravka was going to be playing for Burnley. Um, so but both of those have turned out to be pretty good picks, and very good value picks too. So I commend Jeff for really sussing out the keeper situation.
Yeah, and you really gotta, yeah, with keeper, it's yeah, because like you really are picking it for the long haul, and had that not come off, you would have just been like, well, that's a 0 pointer every week essentially.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was pretty wise and fortunate at the same time. But I am surprised he picked reindeers.
Johnny Reinders?
Grinders. Yeah, from Man City. Um, because he wasn't really on my radar as far as like someone that would be getting points before the season. But then he had those first couple games, 2 or 3
Yeah.
games, where it like everyone was talking about him. So I wonder if Jeff like knew that kind of the position that maybe he'd be playing in, or I don't know, because I didn't really know anything about him. So like I never would have picked him, but that was
Yeah.
pretty
Do you have
fascinating.
Reinders in your current team?
Nope, haven't owned him at all.
Really? I do.
Yeah.
And it's been very frustrating because he's obviously playing in a very attacking position for a very high scoring team, but it just feels like every single goal is going to Holland. I think they've only scored a couple goals that weren't from him. And so I don't know, it's been very frustrating because he's in some ways exactly what you want, like a low cost pick starting every game for Pep. Um, in a like pretty good Man City team, but I don't know, it's just not the points aren't coming his way, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with there, but that's just another classic City Pep fantasy nightmare.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I'm stuck to yeah, that's probably one reason I didn't go to him when everyone was talking about him. And also he was new and I have been trying to stay away from it, but obviously Jeff got those points like those weeks where he was hot. So, you know, maybe that was
Yeah,
worth it. And maybe he'll end up getting maybe it'll end up working out, but I was just surprised to see that because I don't think really anyone was like talking about him too much before the season.
yeah.
As far like people were like keeping an eye on him, but yeah, fascinating.
All right. Moving on to P Crouch Waluigi H Ween, Eli Estes. What's jumping out to you about Eli's team, Evan?
Hmm. Well, I actually would say he did a good job of picking 14 players that should play
Yeah,
because right now he's got 3 injuries, and that still is allowing him to have 11 players that are getting points.
totally.
Now obviously there's like a couple that are on his team right now that are like probably sus, like Frimpong, um, who not really sure what is going on there. Not really getting minutes in a weird Liverpool defense. So obviously, ideally, you probably actually wouldn't want to be starting him. But the fact that he has like 11 players starting week in and week out with 3 injuries to like people that would normally be starting is he did a good job there. I think that's important
Yeah,
to have your subs on your zombie team for sure. You got to spread the funds, or
totally.
else you'd be screwed.
On the negative side of things, I think if I were to put together a disappointing 11 of most disappointing players this season, I would probably have all three of his forwards in that disappointing 11. Isak, Watkins, and Bowen have all been sort of the definition of underperforming so far, so that's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah. Although, I mean, you could see a world where if they can put it back together, those would be like 3 really good picks.
Yeah,
Um, and we've already talked about Bowen. He's just minutes in and out, and we'll get probably around 175 points. Um, but then you add on Watkins and Isak to that. If they can string together those performances, it would actually be a really dangerous front line. But yeah, they've been pretty bad. Um,
yeah,
so can't blame the thinking when you have to pick before the season starts. But that's the way the zombie league goes.
yeah. All right, last team. Death Strand Larson, Tim Griffith. Some interesting picks here. Granite Shaka making an appearance.
Interesting is an understatement.
I mean, I love the Embuemo pick. I think that was a pretty good pick. I mean, he's only got 2 goals so far, but um, is starting week in, week out for Man United. That's not nothing. So I don't mind that one at all. It's the Granit Xhaka pick that is a little bit, yeah, not exactly sure what to do with that one, but
I mean, Jacques has been good for Sunderland, I will say.
yeah, no,
Um,
totally. From a fantasy perspective, I mean,
for a fantasy, yeah, from a fantasy perspective, it's a funny choice for sure.
I guess
Um,
the thinking could be like, you know, how on earth did Sunderland get a player like this? Okay, they have a player like this. They're definitely going to play him every game that they can, right? Until his body breaks down. And he's played 90 minutes every game. So maybe that's the thinking is just like relatively cheap, 90 minutes every game, bish bosh, deal done. You know?
has as many points as Bowen.
There you go. Exactly.
Um, I think it has to do with the let me see if the defensive contributions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the defensive contributions. And the good thing is he'll sneak in with a goal every now and then too, probably. So honestly, I think this is kind of like a sneaky good pick. Like
Really?
I think for like next zombie league, like next year's zombie league, now that we understand like how the defensive contributions are starting to play out, um, this is the kind of pick that I think you would want. You would want one of these kinds of picks, like a cheap guy that's going to get defensive contributions and is going to play every single game on like a promoted side. Like I think that's
Yeah.
great. Like honestly, I think this will probably be one of his better picks, even though it's kind of funny. Because
Yeah.
listen, he's got for defensive contributions, um, because I think you need 10, right, in order to get points from it.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 2 games where he hasn't gotten it. He's got 12, 13, 20, 8, 18, 11, 13, 6.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Crazy. No, that's fantastic. If you just want someone that's going to tick points along, like he's going to get 3, 4, 5 points in most games, and then he's come up with 3 assists already. He'll probably have a couple goals. Uh, I mean, maybe more. He can bang them in. So I don't know. It's
Yeah,
it
and
is it's the most interesting pick, but I think it might be a sneaky good one.
at 5 million pounds, he's not
Yeah,
taking up much of your budget.
exactly. Um, Now, of course, he has Strand Larson. We have to mention that. He does. Stays true to his name. Fleming, though, I think was not a starter initially. I think
No.
he's coming off the bench and is
Uh,
unfortunate I think probably because of Palmer. Yeah, would be my guess. So
yeah, I
that's
don't
kind
know.
of a bummer.
I wonder if he had Gvardiol for some of his better, because Gvardiol's had a couple of good games. He had um like a six
Oh
pointer,
yeah.
12 pointer. I wonder if he had him on the field for those games or not.
Yeah, probably. The other one I wanted to point out was Wambasaka. That was one
Yeah.
so many people had, and I mean I did too. For like their regular team as well.
Yeah.
And everyone was talking about it, and that has been that well dried up before the season started. It is bad. It is not good
Yeah.
at all. So that's kind of his defense is kind of letting him down, I think. But oh well, everyone was
Oh well.
going there. You can't blame him.
No. All right. Well, that's the Zombie League, everyone. Hopefully you're all happy with how you're doing. Or at least, you know, satisfied to some degree. All right. Do you want to talk hair?
Yep, let's do it. Let's see what you.
How did this come about? How did you texted me something about hair? I can't remember what it was.
Well, I don't know if this will be a spoiler or give anything away in the quiz, but to be honest, um, I was getting a haircut recently, and then I also saw Thomas Frank's hair and thought, wow, he's got a good head of hair. And I was like, I wonder who else. I wonder who else has really good hair, and I didn't look it up. I should
Nice.
have gone through and looked at all of the managers' hair, but I didn't. So that actually is probably going to hurt me because I think you have a quiz in store.
I do. So listener, by the time this comes up, I will have posted this quiz in Discord so you can see how you score. But it's a simple quiz. It's just images of manager's hair. You have to name the manager. And then also, this could be a good opportunity to wax lyrical if you want, Evan, about any hair that stands out to you as particularly good or particularly bad. Um, but let me pull this up for you.
And I'm assuming this could be hair or lack thereof.
Oh yeah, all managers represented.
Okay, good.
Okay, how
Because
do I get?
there's a lot of bald um, managers in the league, I think. I mean, I can think of like two or three off the top of my head.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Evan. It's time for the Premier League Hair Challenge 2025 edition.
Okay, well,
This
let's
is
do
from
it.
this image that you're seeing, which is Mikel Arteta as a scarecrow, was from when I was trying to use Sora to come up with AI versions of some of these, but it was not working very well. So I
Oh
abandoned that,
Lord.
but I kept this image.
Are we gonna eventually we okay, so I do want to say we've used AI a couple times on things like this. Do we need to have a statement?
We should at least have a policy. I honestly felt really bad because it's like I
Yeah.
I like know about especially the like environmental impact of something like Sora and how much like power it takes. And
Yeah.
so even just doing one image and like seeing it take like 2 minutes to make it, I'm like, oh no, this is
Oh,
just like
and you're just
devastating the
like,
planet.
what would be funny? I don't know why I thought of it like this. Um, what would be funny is if in order to use AI, you had to like hook it up to your toilet and and whenever you said generate, whether that's ChatGPT, Sora, or any other type of image generator, whatever, you hit generate and it it flushes the toilet and uses as much water from you. So you're kind of paying for it in a way, but not really. But that to show you like how much water it's using. It like
Yeah.
flushes your toilet like
Oh my
40
gosh.
times, and then after that it gives you the image.
Yeah, I don't know that that would have the intended effect. I'm imagining something where every time you hit generate, it like
Look,
dumps water on you.
to be honest, I didn't think it through. It just popped in my head. So yeah, it probably is not a good idea, but I just thought that was comical to just
Yeah.
think about someone needing to generate like going on ChatGPT and then their toilet just flushes like 20 times before anything pops.
Yeah.
I don't know
Uh,
why that's funny to me.
uh,
It's kind of a depressing state, to be honest.
yeah.
But
Okay, I need to do one more thing just to get set up here, and then I'll be ready
okay.
to rock
But
and
we
roll.
will eventually have a standard operating procedure when it comes to AI usage. We will
Okay.
try to limit that.
All right. Let's see. All right, you ready for the quiz?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So,
So this is not the quiz. I at first I thought this image was too easy.
no, 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 no. This
Oh
is the
no.
quiz. All
Oh
right.
Lord, what's happening?
Who is
Oh
this?
no. Um oh geez. Oh geez. That's Glasner.
Yes. Could you describe the head of hair for the listeners?
Um it feels like a very classic short cropped haircut, and it's kind of like a brownish gray, light brownish gray, I want to say. I'm
Yeah,
not the best with colors, I'll be honest.
totally.
And a couple
I
forehead wrinkles.
yeah. I think
It's a
unfortunately,
nice head of hair.
I
I really
think
like
he's
it.
got great hair. I think he's got a great style, honestly. I think Oliver Glasner is an extremely handsome man, personally.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
all right, you've got number one, number two. I think the foreheads might give some of these away more than I want them to, but
Shoot. It's okay. Oh shoot. The problem is I can't reference the internet, so I can't even like reference names. That's actually going to be the hardest thing is for me to remember the names for
if you
some of
could
these
pull up, if you
managers.
wanted to pull up a list of names, then you totally could.
Yeah, I'm scared to do that or else because I might see images. So I'm going to go in blind. I'm not even going to reference that.
So for
Geez.
the
Okay.
for the
So let me
listener,
let me go through.
this
Let
is sort of
me.
a reddish head of hair. It's a little bit longer than Oliver Glasner's, but also parted from the side. Um, Sort of a classic, like I always think of this as like a sort of World War II British RAF type cut.
Oh yeah, that's a good description. I am going to reference the list of um teams in the league. Um, hmm.
It's a newly promoted
I
side.
Yeah, I was about to say it. It seems I don't remember the names. I'm gonna guess it's Sunderland's manager.
Nope, it's Scott Parker at Burnley.
Scott Parker.
Yep.
Oh, yes. I knew that the little there's like a strand of hair that's on its own. I feel like he always has that.
I did not realize that. Wow, that's amazing detail.
Something about that is it okay. I thought his hair was darker than that. Okay, interesting. Whoa.
All right, moving on.
Oh no!
I fear the forehead really gives this one away.
Daniel Farka.
Yeah, it is Daniel Parker. No one else has skin that shiny or that shade of orange.
How is that possible? That feels like something out of Tim and Eric.
Do you think that's his real hair?
No.
I think
I think
it's a
he,
legitimate question for any of these managers, to be completely honest.
well, yeah. But I think this is the closest we've come so far to like possibly being a transplant.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones could have used like, there's like several products that like thicken it up or whatever. Like it
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me if that, but like this one, Daniel Farka is oh my. The the middle part is not doing it for me, for him. It just
Yeah,
doesn't work.
his face
Something
is too
about it doesn't
big.
work.
His face is too big for the middle part.
Yeah, it really is like too it's too like pointed towards the middle part, the forehead. Like the way the hair outlines it, it like kind of points it isn't working, my man.
Sorry, Daniel. All right, next.
Oh, my immediate thought was someone else that is not managing in the Premier League. This is like gray hair. Wait, wait, mm, hold on. Are you trying to pull one over on me? This isn't hold on, let me double check because I have a guess, but I don't think it's him. Don't
This
think
is a
it's
manager
him.
in the Premier League,
I know
not
it I
not a newly promoted manager.
and it's not my immediate thought was Pellegrini,
Oh, no, no, no. Not
but
Pellegrini. That's a good guess though.
I wonder hmm,
Imagine it with a
is
little bit
it
more hair gel in it.
more hair gel? So I can't think of anything. I'm gonna feel dumb if this is wrong, but because I don't think this is right. But is Is it David Moyes?
No, it's not David Moyes.
Okay.
It's Unai
Okay.
Emery.
Whoa. Okay. Didn't realize his hair was that gray.
I know. I didn't either.
Interesting.
He
Okay.
looks
All
like
right.
he the kind of guy who might color his hair black, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised if
I
it's
don't
all
think
seconds.
Moisey has gray hair. I think his is more like dirty blonde, I think. There it might be a little gray. Oh, there he is.
I think
There
I
it
think
is.
I think Moyes has definitely had a hair transplant.
Yeah.
There's no way the middle part of that head
Probably
is.
that hair is just all over the place. It looks like those like there's like a certain type of dog that when it lays down doesn't even look like a dog anymore. It just looks like a little shag rug or something, and that's looks like what is placed on his head.
Yeah, absolutely no
There's
shape.
Moisey. I love that Scottish man.
All right, next up.
Oh my Lord. This hair, I'm not really sure what the style of cut is, but it's
It,
clear that it's thinning a little bit.
and it's sort of
Um,
forming a tent a little bit.
it's yeah, I don't really know how to describe this one other than that. It's kind of thinning and forming some sort of tint, which is not really going to give anybody a good visual of like visual representation of this. It looks like it's a little bit shorter on the sides. Um, there's slightly a widow's peak.
Sort of a hand forehead. This is a tough one.
This one is a tough one. Um, I want to say this is probably. Wait, wait. Did we already do? We already did. Hold on. Can you run down the list of ones we've already done, if you will allow me to do
Let's
that?
Sure. Yeah, let's see. We've got Oliver Glasner, Scott Parker,
Uh-huh.
Daniel Farka, Unai Emery, and David Moyes.
Oh, jeez,
I can give it to you if you
jeez,
want.
jeez, jeez. Hold on. Is this the manager for Brentford?
No.
Wait. Is it? No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's Iraola for Bournemouth, is it?
It's not Uraiola.
No. Um, Geez, I don't know. Tell me. I must be blanking on it.
It's Vitor Pereira at Wolves.
Oh, okay. I forgot he was still at Wolves. I can't believe he's still there,
I
honestly.
know. Haven't
Kind
heard
of
much about Wolves
crazy.
this season.
Yeah, and I haven't really paid attention to his hair.
No. All right, next
Okay.
up.
All right. Oh. Oh. Um,
I
this
think
one is
you
like
should get this one.
I probably should get this one. It's like swept over. It looks like it's a little windy outside. Um,
Kind of messy.
it's like it's a little messy. It's like similar. If it was longer, it would be kind of like the classic Justin Bieber swoop over, but it's like shorter and not quite that. But still very much like pushed over to the side, and there's like a little bit of wavy bangs. This one is Iraola, right?
Yep,
For
totally.
Bournemouth. Okay, yeah.
He's got huge grad student vibes. I don't know why, but I always look at him and I'm like, that man has big grad student energy.
He's not that old, is he? How old is he?
He's,
Am I
I
thinking of
mean,
someone?
he's in his 40s, but he looks very
Oh,
youthful to
okay.
me.
Yeah, I was thinking of someone else that is in their 30s, I think, and managing, right? Who is it? I don't
There's
know.
at least one, I think.
Yeah, young.
Okay,
Okay.
moving on. Oh yeah, this is our bald segment.
Okay, well, that's Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche, okay.
That one. my friends, is Pep Guardiola.
No, it's not Pep
What?
Guardiola.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Um, wait, hold on. Oh, that's Arne Slot.
It is Arne Slot. Exactly.
Yeah, too shiny for Pep. Um, wait a second. Um,
This one you
oh,
should definitely get, I think.
it's Nuno.
Yep, Nuno Espirito Santo. The ears give it away somehow. All right.
Now this one's Pep.
No, it's not.
What? That's one harder. Okay. This one. Um, wait a second. Who else? Who else is no, who else is in the
Pep,
league?
Pep disciple.
Geez. What did you say?
Pep disciple.
Disciple. Um. Oh, wait. Is this Enzo Maresca?
Yep.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Enzo
All
Maresca.
right. Oh, why is this? Why does this one look different than all of the lighting on it is not good, I think. Um, this feels okay. I don't know. Please cut this. No, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna. I'll just say it. It feels a lot like it feels reminiscent. This bald head feels reminiscent of what's the movie? I think When Mars Attacks or something with like the
Oh,
Martians with the really big heads.
yes,
That's
yes.
what it feels like.
Yeah.
Sorry
So
to um too big to be Peps. Or is it? Is
I'll give
wait,
you
no, you're not you're
this
not
is the last of our bald ones.
there's no way this is Pep.
It's Pep.
No,
It is.
what? I can see it now, but it feels not it feels bigger than what I would expect.
It's very skull-like. I feel like you can really get a sense of the contours of the bone under there.
Very skeleton, very Halloween.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, all right.
Moving forward.
Wait, there's more.
Yes, I have all 20
Okay,
managers in
now
here.
this is Thomas Frank.
Nope.
No, this seems too curly. He doesn't have it like that. Um, this one might be the Brentford manager,
It is
but
the
I don't
Brentford
remember his
manager,
name.
Keith Andrews.
Keith Andrews. Well, whatever. That's such a
Yeah,
bland name. How am I supposed to remember that?
I know.
Oh, that's Marco Silva, none
It
other.
is Marco Silva.
I remember that here. Oh, oh my gosh. What am I missing?
So it's
Oh,
curly, it's dark,
hold up. Is this Amarim?
it is Ruben
Okay,
Amorim.
all right, all right, all right. Oh, that's Eddie Howe.
Anyhow, unmistakable straw-colored hair. Do you think his hair
Yeah,
is real?
you should put him as the as the scarecrow.
No. It's just
He
it's
fits.
so impossibly British looking. I don't know exactly how I would like why it just communicates sort of like Britishness to me, but this just is it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um,
Oh,
this is a very peculiar one. It's sort of like Donald Trump-esque to me.
yeah. Where it feels very wispy.
And you're not sure what direction the hairs are going in.
Yeah, or where they're coming from.
Yeah. I think this might be fake. This might be like a toupee or something.
I I could see that. Yeah.
Just look at like the sides here, like over here, you know?
Yeah,
It looks like
yeah,
it's like going bald here, and then this is all of a sudden this jumps into action.
yeah. I mean, that could always be an illusion, but something about it does feel off. Um, Gosh, who would this be?
Young guy.
Yeah, young guy. Um, I don't remember everyone's names, but we've gone over most. I don't know. Who is it?
It is Fabian Hertzela.
Oh, of course. Yes, he has that very, it's like, it's not something about it, like the bangs are like, it's a perfect line, even though I think that's also what puts it into the category of this might be fake hair because it feels really measured
Yeah,
and how far it comes down. Yes, of
totally.
course, of course, of course.
All right,
Yeah.
just a couple more left.
Oh, that's Mikkel,
Mikel Arteta,
right? Yeah.
unmistakable. Yeah, it's the strangest hair in the game. Why does it look like it looks like tar or something like that?
Yeah, it really
It looks like
does.
molt. It looks like molten rock.
Volcanic rock.
Yes. All right.
I immediately thought of Mikkel Damsgaard, but um
It looks very Landon Donovan-y to me.
or that, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Extreme,
yeah.
extreme widow's peak, balding. Um, you're probably not going
Yep.
to get this one. It's tough. Do you know who Sunderland's manager is?
No.
Because I
What's
definitely
his
didn't.
name?
Regis Labrie,
Oh. Oh,
which
okay,
sounds like
Labrie.
a,
Yeah.
a Harry Potter name. Um,
Yeah, it really does. Whoa.
okay, I think this might be our last one.
There's Thomas Frank.
Good old Tommy Frank.
Yeah. Probably my
Do you,
favorite hair.
do you think his hair is real?
Yeah.
I hope so. It's so
I think it
distinctive. I really
is.
hope it is.
Although it wouldn't surprise me if he has has used like whatever hair products or something to like make it thicker or something.
Yeah,
Which obviously like I'm not that's not like a dig or anything. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did because it's like it just seems impossibly thick and wavy. But
I
maybe
know.
he's just like naturally born like that. But
Yeah,
it looks good regardless. I think it is my favorite hair in the game.
yeah, I think so too. We're all lucky to have him around. Well, that's the end of the hair quiz. I know listeners, for you that was riveting listening, this extremely visual quiz that we did, but at least we had a good time. You can play
You
along.
can play along, yeah.
Exactly. Pull up the slide deck and you can play along yourselves. Okay, do we have anything else we want to go over, Evan?
I don't know. We've been on here a little while.
We've rambled and we've talked mostly not about soccer, so that's
Look,
mission accomplished.
we do less podcasts now, but the podcasts themselves are longer.
Exactly. That's the
That's
trade-off.
the trajectory we're going on right now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, listeners, I hope you've enjoyed our Zombie League Halloween episode. We wish you all a safe and scary Halloween, and we'll be back in your ears soon. See ya.
Bye.